Williamson, Inc. serves as Williamson County's Chamber of Commerce and Office of Economic Development. In partnership with the Williamson Herald, WBKM Radio, they brought together Meet the Candidates, an interview series open to all candidates for this office to help inform the community. During these conversations, candidates will share their views, and I may also share some of my own opinions as part of the discussion. Those opinions are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Williamson, Inc., the Williamson Herald, WBKM, or any organizations involved in hosting this series. You can find additional voter resources, including these interviews and written candidate profiles, at williamsonchamber.com/vote. You worked real hard getting the appointment for this position, I'd say 6 to 8 months ago. You've decided you want it again for the full 4 years. Why? What have you seen in the last 6, 7 months that said I can do this?
Well, to start, public service has always been my wheelhouse. I'm local law enforcement. I've career law enforcement 27 years now. I serve at the Williamson County Sheriff's Department and the Brentwood Police Department. And during some of the Brentwood days, I was actually assigned to the Williamson County SWAT team as well. So I've had a front row seat to both county and municipal government my entire career. I like to think that I bring a common sense approach to some complex problems that we're facing, and some things that are in the very near future that there are going to be some difficult decisions to make. So I feel like my career of service has led me to this point, and I believe I have something to offer to the county that raised me.
Your father was a police officer. You have a brother that's a police officer. So apparently it's in the Carden gene pool.
Evidently.
Is Williamson County a safe place, or can it be safer?
It is one of the safest places in this wonderful state, and I dare say that the country. We can always strive to be better. We don't have the concerns that, say, our neighbors to the north have. Primary goal is to provide a safe environment where families can raise children and send them to school and know that those schools are safe, and that the community and the streets are safe when they're not in school.
I have a number of questions that I need to ask you, but I want to take advantage of your experience as a law enforcement officer. You've been with Brentwood for how long?
25 years.
25 years. That's unusual for sheriff's deputy. You're a detective.
Correct.
But you haven't always been a detective. You've made a financial sacrifice to do what you enjoy doing. How do we stop that we can pay not only law enforcement officers, teachers, the guys that pick up the garbage? How can we pay them more that they know how much we appreciate them?
Well, for me specifically, we're among the highest paid in the state traditionally. It fluctuates. Some agencies around us will rise to us, we'll rise above them again, and it's a constant cycle. The Williamson County deputies received a substantial pay increase last year, which took them, I believe, into the 75th percentile, if my numbers are right. Of course, we would love to pay them much more than that. We love to be the top paid in the country. Yeah.
Well, we have isn't our sheriff a former Brentwood police chief?
He is my former boss. Yes.
So that may explain some of that. What do you want to accomplish I know you've done a lot of listening in the last half a year, but what do you want to accomplish now that you are on the budget committee? And I don't know many brand new county commissioners asked to be on the budget committee.
My understanding, it's an honor to serve on the budget committee. Uh, I'm sorry, you got me sidetracked with the budget committee.
it's yes, it is an honor. It also can be a pain because everybody knows you've got the keys to the vault. And most folks aren't shy about asking. How do you tell people, sorry, can't do that now, or sorry, can't do that?
You have to weigh wants versus needs. We have to be fiscally responsible with taxpayers' money. The best thing to do is just constantly evaluate requests and not have anything on auto pay. Just because we purchased 3 school buses last year, does that mean we need 3 school buses this year? And then that goes for every department. I'm not picking on the school bus department by any means. So just being conservative, fiscally responsible, and just keeping a close eye on the requests. And do we need this? Do we want this? Both.
So you treat county money like it's your money.
Correct.
Schools. How many children do you have?
2 in Williamson County schools.
2 in Williamson County schools. I presume you keep up with Williamson County schools through your own children.
I do.
Are you satisfied with the quality that comes home about 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Our schools do a wonderful job. They have for years. That's what's attracted so many people to this area. And quite frankly, my wife and I were determined to stay in Williamson County. We could always, they're going to say exactly what I have. We could always strive to be better. The main thing is just to uphold what we've been doing to this point and just try to avoid complacency. And
is there an area that you see that we can do better?
As we sit here today, specifically, no, but I do keep in close contact with the District 3 school board representative, and he and I are there for each other and to support each other. So any concerns I would have, I would take directly to him.
Now, if I recall correctly, no, the district is in Spring Hill, isn't it? Or at least a good part of the district is in Spring Hill. So you have one of those districts where the people in the yellow shirts live. Do they spend a lot of time with you? And let me be specific. The folks in the yellow shirts, I can't remember the name of the organization, but they pay particular attention to annexation and growth.
Well, District 3 is, the best way to describe it is Buckner, Duplex, and 31. And we do take a portion of Chapman's Retreat down in kind of a loop down there on the south side. So their property is not actually in our district, but this does affect the urban growth boundary resolution that we recently passed. So they have not been in contact with me directly. I have gotten emails that went to all commissioners regarding this. So that doesn't directly affect my district, but it does.
This particular issue, now, County Commission doesn't butt heads with City of Franklin very often at all. They're butting heads on this one. And it's not really butting heads. They're going to have to negotiate. City of Spring Hill, they kind of butt heads with the City of Thompson Station and Williamson County. How do you keep your equilibrium about dealing between the county, which you're a duly elected representative, and the city you live in?
Well, I've developed a good relationship with Mayor Matt Fitterer and members of the BOMA. You're correct that the butting of heads has been between most recently Spring Hill and the county, not so much Thompson Station, but with the urban growth boundary resolution that was passed. So just trying to work with them, bearing in mind that this task force received awards from the state for the way they were working together. And then this resolution comes along without any sort of dialogue, essentially, between the Spring Hill or any of the municipalities. And so that could have been handled better, I believe. But we still have a good relationship with the Spring Hill Bowmen. We'll continue to work along with them to do what's best for the people of the district.
What are you doing to get elected?
Well, to this point, we have not had an official campaign kickoff yet. Commissioner Mason and I will be the only two in the Republican primary, and then we will face some Democrats in the general election.
So you have the nomination in hand.
Yes.
Okay.
I will be the Republican candidate for this seat.
What's the toughest part about being a county commissioner?
There is a lot of time commitment involved. That's difficult. The job that I carry sometimes, and trying to raise two kids, but just trying to stay on top of the issues, trying to stay on top of what your constituents are saying and what the local municipalities, in our particular case, are saying.
In your day job, you have reason to be at the Williamson County Jail on a regular basis. You've seen it for a long time, for 25 years now. You've taken people and left them there, checked them in. And do we need a new one?
I believe we do, yes. That building is old and antiquated in many ways. It's been around longer than my career, which is saying something. We've outgrown it. The technology is better now. You want to provide a safe environment there for staff, inmates, everyone that's there. I do believe it's time.
At one point, the Triple J project was going to cost $350 million. Through a lot of work, that number is down to what? You think it's down to $250 million or something like that?
I don't have accurate recent estimations on the cost.
But it'll be money we have to borrow.
Most likely.
What's your attitude toward debt?
Only borrow money when it is totally necessary. As you said earlier, treating the county money like I treat my money. I don't run my home running up a bunch of debt. I don't expect the taxpayers would want me to do that with their money and the county's assets as well. So only when absolutely necessary do we need to borrow money.
What's the difference between a have to situation and a want to situation?
Well, as I said, that facility is old, antiquated, and we need a new facility. And what's the liability of carrying that, housing inmates in this facility, knowing there are problems?
Well, see, that jail, it is a Williamson County facility, but it is the Franklin City Jail. It is the Brentwood and the Fairview and Thompson Station City Jail. If we need a new one, then maybe it's time to take a bite out of that pancake. But that's why we have county commissioners. That's why we have elections.
Well, the jail, it's the responsibility of the sheriff by TCA. So this is a project that the county is going to have to absorb. I don't know that it would be wise.
There's another part of that jail too called juvenile justice.
Correct. And
that sure needs some work.
It really does. I was recently there, and I've in my current role, I don't do a lot of time at juvenile. I'm dealing primarily with adult offenders, but I did a tour with some of the staff there, and I was kind of appalled that we're using a trailer as a courtroom right now.
Thank you for your time. We're out.
Is that it?
We're out. We're out of time, and these days we need to make sure everybody gets the same amount of time.
I understand.
Thank you, Guy
Thank
Carden.
you for not beating me up too bad.
No.